going to be a huge year for Greatland. We completed the acquisition of Telfer Havieron, consolidated ownership of those two assets, under a single roof. So we're excited about what opportunity that affords us.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Greatland Gold CEO, Shaun. Shaun, very good to speak with you. It looks like a successful first month following your acquisition of Telfer and Havieron. Could you give us a summary of the December months?
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Good to speak again. Yeah, look, really good month. I think headlined with that strong ounce production, about 30,000 ounces of gold, including the copper. That's about 33,000 ounces of gold equivalent. And that was achieved in 27 days. Really pleased with that outcome. On top of that, we've got 500,000 ounces at surface across the high grade and the low grade stockpile, and a really healthy cash balance. We've got the $145 million in the bank, plus an undrawn debt facility for another 75. That gives us the liquidity we want at over 220 million to execute the future mine plan, and that manifests in all the life extensions we're looking at Telfer. So, tremendous start. We're really pleased about it.
Well, that's a great production figure result. What do you think the key drivers of your performance were?
Yeah, look, really grateful to the team. Firstly, look, we acquired this asset on the 4th of December. As I said, very short quarter, but really even a short month of 27 days. And the work the team's put in around the integration has been huge. It's something that a number of us have experience with, but they're always challenging. But I think we've been navigating that really well. I think we did a lot of due diligence, so we knew what we were going in for. I think a lot of what we've seen is as anticipated. Having said that, one of the positive variances to that due diligence is just the receptiveness and the culture at site to being part of Greatland. So, really pleased about that. And again, this is a credit to the site team to deliver this performance, which is about 33% above the Telfer mine plan that we disclosed in the admission document. So we're really pleased, albeit just 27 days short. We're super encouraging, but one swallow a summer doesn't make. So it's a measured optimism. Lots more to do, but certainly it's nice to be on this part of above the curve, from this first kind of month of December.
Shaun, outside of the production results, what were some of the other highlights from December?
Yeah, look, I think in addition to that production, look, just we've been able to kind of finalise that stockpile at surface. It's a bit more than we expected it to be across the low grade and the high grade. It's over 500,000 ounces at surface. I cannot think of another asset that would have that kind of 500,000 ounces already at surface with no mining costs. Obviously, the financial benefit of that. But again, what it does to our mine flexibility and de-risking, we think is important. The mine life extension, I think, is looking really positive in that West Dome open pit. We've already got those drilled out, stage 8 extension and stage 7. We continue to do work on them, bringing that into our mine planning, certainly encouraging to date. And then that in the underground, that West Dome deeps. So under that same mining area, really like what we're seeing there. We've had the rigs on that and getting some good results. So again, that gives us optimism about what we can do heading into the future. And speaking of the future, although there's a great focus on Telfer, of course, with today's announcement, the jewel in the crown for us is Havieron, and we're walking forward that feasibility study, which will get out in the second half of the year. So we like that a lot. So overall we think we've got some really good outcomes, and we'll continue to focus on delivering them, and then we get to augment that into say the second half or say June, the next quarter, with that ASX cross listing, and we think that's really advantageous to shareholders as well.
Shaun, what else should we be keeping an eye out for moving forward?
Yeah, look, there's it's going to be a huge year for Greatland. We completed the acquisition of Telfer Havieron, consolidated ownership of those two assets, under a single roof. So we're excited about what opportunity that affords us. There's lots to do to create shareholder value. So we'll pleased with our announcement today. We expect later this same quarter to get out our March. Get out the JORC resource on Telfer. I think that's an important announcement. We'll then get our first full quarterly out in April with that March quarter. And that will be a very detailed overview and give us a bit more of a run rate. We want to see that ASX listing, as I mentioned, that's in the probably expected in that June quarter, plus get out a JORC reserve demonstrating that mine life extension at Telfer. Then sometime in that second half, bring out the Havieron feasibility study. So really, in a matter of every couple of few weeks, we want to have some more pretty important announcements coming out for our shareholders. So lots to do. The team, in addition to doing that integration, is working on all these other initiatives, but we couldn't be happier.
Well, sure, we'll be chatting to you again very soon then, Shaun. Thank you very much for the update today.
Stephen, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Shaun Day, the CEO of Greatland Gold.